This is range of motion of elbow extension. Normal range of motion is 0. Ow. Okay, extend your elbow. Next, we're doing a lower extremity range of motion, and I picked hip extension, and normal range of motion is 10 degrees.
He's at 60.
Next, we're doing range of motion of the spine, and I picked cervical extension. Normal cervical extension is 18.5 centimeters to about 22.4 centimeters. Go.
He's at 21.5 centimeters.
Yes.
Okay, next we're doing manual muscle test of the upper extremity. I chose to do biceps brachii flexion. One origin of muscle is the scapula. Insertion of the muscle is the radial tuberosity. Actions for this manual muscle are flexion and supination of the forearm, and then the plane of motion is transverse. Push up against me. He has a grade of 5.
Manual muscle test, we're doing a lower extremity now, and I picked hip internal rotation. And the origin of that muscle is the iliac crest. The insertion of the muscle is the greater trochanter. Actions are hip abduction and hip internal rotation. And the plane of that muscle, or the plane of the motion, is on the transverse plane. Can you push against me? He gets a 4. Okay, this last manual muscle test is for the spine, and I did the external obliques. The origin of that muscle is the external ribs, 12 through 4, and the insertion of that muscle is the iliac crest, and the internal ribs, 9 through 12. The action is it flexes and laterally bends the trunk, and the plane of motion is the sagittal plane. Okay, you're going to bring your hands behind your head and lift your left elbow towards your right knee, keeping your back but lifting your scapula off, or your shoulder off the table. Good. Now go back down and do opposite, right to your left, picking your scapula off. Good. That's a grade 5.